अच्छा प्रेम सबलो श्री महारे लाल की जय Let us all clap our hands as you are close eyes as you offer practice and prayer once more. Hari Om. Om Shri Apavitra Pavadroma Sarva Samgato Hipa Namaskar. प्रदेशे श्रीति मित्रे स्थाने शवत् श्रुति मेर्नाते ते तौ प्रतिष्ठतां नमः ओम गोत्रस्य नार्दमस्य नमः हृदयतनार्दमस्य नमः इति कंसा ओम श्रीति तलकं च महापुण्यं स्वतत्रं पापनाशनम् आपराहरते नित्यं ललाटे हरिचन्द्रम् इति पिता सचरणं नारदमस्य नमः अस्मत्पिता चन्द्रं सङ्क्रपं प्रदेशे मे हृदाते ते तो प्रतिष्ठताम् ओम इति कंसं तेरस ओम इति अरगोत्रस्य अमुक प्रदेतनामस्य श्रद्धेकर्णवादं संकल्पं प्रदेशे मे अर्धादीयते तव प्रतिष्ठिता नागुलगोत्र नारदमस्य नमः श्रद्धेति मे अर्धादीयते तव प्रतिष्ठितां नमः ओम इति गोत्रस्य श्री नागुलगोत्र नारदमस्य नमः श्री चरण हृदयति नारदमस्य श्री मे अर्धादीयते तव प्रतिष्ठितां माला गोत्रस्य नागुलगोत्रनारदमस्य नमः श्रीचन्द्रहृदयनारदमस्य श्रुति इति पुष्पदानं सङ्कल्पं प्रदेशे मे अर्धाते ते तौ प्रतिष्ठताम् नागुलगोत्रनारदमस्य श्रीचन्द्रहृदयनारदमस्य श्री इति पूयामे अर्धादीयते मे अर्धादीयते तव प्रतिष्ठताम् ॐ जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दूर करे जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय कृष्ण हरे जब चारा तरफ याद हो आषाढ़ का दौर के नारा हो जब चारा तरफ याद हो आषाढ़ का दौर के नारा हो और कोई न केवल वाला हो जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे क्योंकि दुख दूर करे जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुख दूर करे जय कृष्ण हरे तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे विषा को भी अमृत कर दे तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे विषा को भी अमृत कर दे पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा जो भी तेरा ध्यान हरे जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय कृष्ण Hare, Shri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyon ko dukha dur kare, Jai Krishna Hare. Rim Sabro Shri Devi Mahali Lal ki Jai. So at this time, my friends, I call upon those who wish to offer a eulogy of such, he or she may come and listen out to you. Sit tight. Yes,
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, family and friends, we are gathered here today to bid farewell. Dr. Rondla, Sricharan, Reddy, or as I call him, Uncle Charles. My name is Sricharan, and I was asked to speak about this man who has touched countless lives with his dedication to the noble profession of medicine. While the pain of his loss is profound, let us also celebrate the beautiful moments and memories he has left behind. Uncle Charan was not only a skilled practitioner, but also a mentor, a guide to many aspiring healthcare professionals. His knowledge, wisdom, and unwavering commitment to the well-being of others inspired generations of doctors to follow in his footsteps. I myself, having become the doctor I am today, was privileged to witness the wonders of his healing hands and intelligence. At the tender age of 3, he taught me how to spell a very important medication, Panadol. C-O-N-D-O-M. Panadol. He would be sure I remembered it too, as he would let me spell it for all of his friends. However, the learning did not stop there, as he also demonstrated my first viewing of a sebaceous cyst syndrome. With his witty and playful personality, he told me I could have done this at home, and I didn't need him. Meanwhile, with my inexperienced mind and shivering hands, he laughed when I told him I had not even learned the anatomy of the back. When he began residing at Sangregani, my parents and him soon became very close friends, and my sisters and I, his unofficial adopted daughters. His sheer joy when I told him I had been accepted into medical school and needed someone to do my medical certificate could only have been surpassed if I had finally agreed, after many years of begging, to marry his son, which up till recently he was still very adamant about. While we mourn the loss of a brilliant physician, a dedicated husband, a caring father, a gifted son, a loving brother, a witty uncle, and a loyal friend, let us also celebrate the incredible impact Dr. Reddy had on our lives and the lives of countless patients. His legacy is not just in the medical records, but in the immeasurable stories of lives saved and improved over his many years of service. As we say goodbye, let us not dwell on the sadness of his departure, but instead let us carry forward the training of compassion, dedication, and unwavering commitment to the well-being of others that he embodied. In doing so, we honor not only the memory of a remarkable doctor and the essence of what it means to be a healer, but also the love and friendship he gave us will continue to guide us throughout our lives and continue to be a source of strength and comfort as we navigate the future without his physical presence. In our sorrow, we find unity and solace in knowing that Uncle Charan will live in our hearts and in the endless memories we hold there. Rest in peace, Uncle, knowing that your life's work will continue to inspire and guide us, and your legacy lives on in the hearts and minds of those you have touched.
अच्छा प्रथम सबरो श्रुति प्रथम ब्रह्मार्दे लाल की जय. At this time I call upon Dr. Lynch
Hi, morning. Well, if there's one thing I could do is talk loud. Charan boy. So, it was over a week ago that Sharon asked me to give some words. On behalf of Sharon, and I was like, well, this easy now. I'll just go and get ChatGPT to write out something, and I will come and just regurgitate what it says. And of course, up until 5 minutes ago, I had nothing. And knowing Sharon, that's how he would have liked it. So I started to think back to when was the first time that I meet Sharon? And of course, it's a universal game of cricket. So now I know of Sharon because as a medical student, he was quite famous. He was the guy who would teach and everybody knew in surgery in Port of Spain. And I knew of him, but I never met him. And I started playing with North Doctors. And we were playing a game. And Sharon was the wicketkeeper. And we were getting quite a few bad decisions, let's just say that. And on the last bad decision, my boy take the gloves, pelt it up in the air, walk off the field, and say, that's it, I done. So I was like, who's that man, bro? So I went by the local Indian connoisseur of Indian doctors, Sanjay, and I said, who's that man? He said, boy, that Reddy. We call him Pagal. I didn't know what Pagal meant, and I subsequently learned that it meant mad in Hindi. So Pagal, Reddy, Sharan, that's our friend whose life we've come here to celebrate. And in that story, while people probably thought, I was thinking, boy, who's that man? I was thinking, but he kind of like me. I could lie with this man. And over the years we became great friends. And you know, so in preparation for this, I messaged Sharon. I said, well, I don't know about Reddy's life in India. I know about him in Trinidad. So you know, I know he was from Hyderabad. The only country that was greater than Trinidad and Tobago was India. And we had many talks about this on the steps right there. That was the conference room. So Reddy, man. So, son of Narsi and Leela, the eldest child. And of course, he spent most of his life in India, which I didn't know about, but I knew him in Trinidad and Tobago. The thing about Sharan was that he wasn't afraid to say what was right, whether you liked it or not. Didn't matter to him. And I think that is where we kind of mesh. He wore his heart on his sleeve. And he was the type of guy, if you thought he was your friend, he was 100 times that. He was always the person to push me, whether I knew it or not. I don't know what he saw, but he actually really believed in me, and that was the type of person he was. If he believed in you, you had the ready stamp of approval, as I would say. When patients would come see me, referred by Reddy, I didn't have to say anything. They came and they say, Reddy say you're the best. And I didn't have to say anything. That's what he meant. I call him the mayor of Charleville because indeed he was the mayor of Charleville. I remember many a days we would be hanging out here, and on a Sunday evening, Reddy will get a call, and it would be a patient. And then all of a sudden, I don't see Reddy anymore. I said, where Reddy go? only for him to pull back in 2 hours later to say, yeah, that was my patient, they were sick and I had to go and take care of them. And I told him, Reddy, you're a bigger man than me. Because Sunday evening with my family, I probably would not have answered that call. But that was the type of person he was. And that is the type of person that I would never forget. As fate would have it, Reddy moved next door to my best friend. I would see him pull up here. He would walk out, and you see those steps right there. That is our conference room, and we would talk till 2 o'clock in the morning. It would get heated. It will always end up being India is the best country in the world. And the next morning, no matter how heated the argument got, we were always friends. And I would miss that. He loved his family. He lived for them. He once told me that in India and in our culture, we value hard work and sacrifice. And he says, that's what I'm here for, to live for my family, to provide for them. And I learned a lot from him in that regard. To his wife Sharon, Arav, his son Lickett. Unfortunately, this is a sad day, but it is a day that will not be forgotten. His life will not be forgotten. There are people, there are trailblazers who will be spoken about long after they left. And certainly, Sricharan, Reddy, Rondla will be one of them. He was a mentor to many. He always would push and encourage young doctors to be the best that they can. And I would miss him. Just have a few pointers here. Oh, I could forget this. There's 3 things Reddy didn't like, which was dishonesty, disloyalty, and Virat Kohli as the captain of India cricket. One of those things have been changed, and he was the happiest man after that happened. He always told me, he said, Lynch boy, I don't know why you're not happy in this country. He said, this is a beautiful country. He would say, I came here with little and I've made all. I came here and I met people of all different backgrounds who are all my friends. And I can't understand why you all would argue or you all will fight. Of course, India was better. India was always better. I would miss him. The night before he left was a Wednesday. I get a call from Pandy. He said, boy, Reddy, go and check him out. It was a surprise. I didn't know. I had a football game. I went to play my football game. I reached there late at night because I said I just have to see him. And I sat there, and I must have stayed there for about an hour and a half, and I talked for about 2 minutes. Reddy talked the other 8 minutes. And he short of breath and he's still talking. And it was classic Reddy. Cricket, India, doctors who are unethical, who being bad, people business. I enjoyed it. And I just said, you know what, let me just let this man talk. Because that's what he enjoyed. To the family, my condolences, my deepest condolences. I still actually can't believe this. This man, I tell him, Reddy, I went through 2 surgeries, so you're coming back in time for the duck line. We usually have a little line amongst the doctors. Anybody who make duck would have to cook a duck. I said, boy, you're coming back for the duck line, don't worry. But it wasn't meant to be. And we know he's in a better place. So to my friend, I will see you one day. Thanks.
प्रेम सुब्रतो श्री ब्रह्मांडे लाल की जय. Let us all clasp our hands as you all close eyes, you offer prarthana and prayer once more. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah, Om Shri Saraswatye Namah, Om Shri Guru Chardana Kamalabhyo Namah, Om Shri Mata Pita Chardana Kamalabhyo Namah. Om Kriting Krithishnaya Govindaya Vasudevaya Devgranaya Namo Nardaya Namityame Namaha. Om Shri Tiyam Brahma Vardunindra Rudra Mardutaha Surdhavante Devesavai Vedai Sangha Parikramo Parishade Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyanavasi Tarakati Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Navirdu Surda Surdaganari Vaye Tashme Namaha. Everybody recite after me, say Om Gita, Ganga, Gayatri, Sita, Satya, Saraswati, Brahma Vidya, Brahmavali, Tri Sandhya, Mukti, Gehini, Ardramatra, Chidananda, Bhava Agni, Bhai, Nashini, Vedatri, Pradhananta, Tadvarta, Gyan, Manjari, Om, Shri, Gita, Mata, Debhyai, Namaha. Pradim Sabrdo Shruti Iti Brindavan Nihari Lala Ki Jai. Sitaram Namaste once again to each and every one of you, my dear friends. As we all gathered here to be a witness to the sanskar, which is called an Anteshi sanskar, which many of you, my dear friends, have made a journey from near and far to come here to offer your love and kindness to that departed one. But as it is stated in the scriptures, my dear friends, that this body, my dear friends, that what we have in this life, it doesn't belong to us. But this body itself, my dear friends, was only loaned to us by Bhagavan Krishna. This body, my dear friends, it is called Manu Sharir. Manu means man and Sharir means flesh. So this body, it is a mere vessel that was loaned to us by God. But as Bhagavan Krishna says, it determines of the life that you live on this earth, it determines of your fate when you leave this earth in this form. As it is stated in the scriptures, death is a natural part of life. Rejoice for those who have been reunited with God. Mourn them do not, miss them do not. For attachment leads to jealousy, for that is the shadow of greed. At the end of the day, my dear friends, we all have to die. Whether you want to or you don't want to, you have to. Right? But we do not know when that time may come. All of you, my dear friends, are blessed indeed to know such a wonderful soul. A great soul indeed. In life, we will meet, very rare, we will meet someone as such as him. Who will, one, leave a smile on their face, as I hear he's called everybody babes, right? And then he had this form of kindness, as I said before, right? He never made money an issue in his life. He would serve his patients with diligence, and he will serve his patient with compassion and pride. As the doctor just said, he will leave his home, sacrifice his home and his family to make sure somebody else's family is secure and well off. Imagine that. That is what you call a true doctor. Right? In life, you will have people, and you will have people in this world. He lived his life to his best ability, in service to that of humanity. Many of us will say things, many of us will do things, but very few of us will live up to it. And he did live up to it. He lived up to it. He lived his life with passion and pride, serving people. He never made it a burden whatsoever. As the Testament says, he gave his life towards people, right? And he still, I would say, thank God, he was not Trinidadian, born Trinidadian. Because if you had listened to Trinidad cricket, you're going to get faster, you're going to die faster. Right? Because in life, my dear friends, he had so much of pride, he took pride in his country, right? Which is India, right? And that is something that you cannot take away from someone. We have all come from supreme cause of this universe, my dear friends. Whether it be African, Hindu, Indian, Chinese, whether it be Muslim, whatever it is of this world, my dear friends, but we must all learn to live amongst each other as one, right? You see that oneness that he shared, and he had no discrimination whatsoever with anyone, he had the compassion again, my dear friends, with everyone. There was once a child, a young boy, who went to the Swami. And he said, Swamiji, I want to thank you so much. She said, why do you want to thank me? He said, because of you, I've acquired everything in this life, right? So he started to talk about the LLB, right? The MBA, and he PhD, right? So the Swami asked him, where is your GOD, right? So he said, GOD? He said, what do you mean? He said, God. He said, you have everything else, but you don't have your GOD. He said, okay, no problem. So then the Swamiji continued to speak to him, and he said, you are speaking so high about yourself and say that you acquired everything in this life, right? But the thing that what you don't understand, the PhD that you want to have, right? I would want you to have, be a pure-hearted devotee, right? Or live in peace in this life. Peace, harmony, and devotion in that way. But he said that the way that you speak, it comes like you have permanent head damage, PhD, right? Sometimes in life, right, we have to be simple and humble just as it is, right? No matter what it is, no matter what we acquire, whatever knowledge that we have, I'm pretty sure he shared his knowledge with each and every one of you in that way. And that devotion that he made, not only to God, but towards the people, my dear friends, as I said before, service to humanity, service to God. Once you can live that life, my dear friends, you will live everything in this world. In life itself, there is a saying, life is too short to all of us. 1 minute you're here, and the next minute you are not. Look at what is happening in this world today, my friends. People are fighting amongst each other for unnecessary things in this world. Right now, there are war going on in countries, right? And then certain people are fighting for different things. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna says, there will be three main root disputes in the age of Kali Yuga. He said the first thing that people will fight for in this world, right, is when man dips into his pocket, and he pulls it out and begins to praise it. He said, thank God for the almighty dollar, right? And everybody said, without this dollar, I will be here today. But let me tell you something. Without the will or the power of God, right, not even a single blade of grass on this earth will move, which means you must have faith. And people had faith in him. He was like people God, right? As I was listening, right? Well, even though people would he would recommend people, right? And he would send them to people, right? They would listen to the doctor and then say, wait, I will consult Reddy. That is the type of person was. They had so much of faith within that person, right? What I'm trying to show you, as Bhagavan Krishna said, the first thing that people will lose their identity in wealth. He did not lose his identity in wealth. Wealth was nothing to him. For his family and his patients was his wealth. Because he made sure that everybody was secure and safe and healthy in that form. And that, my dear friends, is a living testament of what is called sincerity, devotion, compassion, kindness, and loving form in this world. And Bhagavan Krishna said the second thing that people will fight for, my dear friends, it is the dust that they walk on. You know what they call it? They call it land. This land is not mine, and this land is not yours. This land belongs to God, right? Whether I die today or tomorrow, right? Look at doctor. He's dead, and he's carrying nothing. He's just going just so. As the great Alexander once says in that form, when Alexander the Great, he died, right? Before he died, he told everyone, he said, build me a coffin, and in that coffin, where the hands are to be, right? Put 2 holes. Where the feet are to be, put 2 holes. He said, when I die, I want you to make sure the best of the greatest doctors to tote my coffin upon their shoulder, right? To carry the coffin on their shoulder. And he said, finally, I want when people walk on the street, that it will be laden with gold and diamond, right? It is stated when Alexander the Great died, my dear friends, right? His hands was outside like this. Greatest of the best doctors tote his coffin, and they were walking on diamond and gold. You know what the first lesson he teaches? You come at nothing, and you leave at nothing. Well, you understand that? If you understand that, you'll understand what he understands. You come at nothing, you leave at nothing. He did service, right? Second thing, not even the best of the best doctors can save you on this earth when death comes to you, right? And the third thing he said, all the money in the world is like dust on the ground. It seems useless on that time. Look at his situation. He helped so many people, right? But unfortunately, he wasn't able to get help for himself. And that is how life is. He put himself last And he puts people first. You understand? That is what is not called selfish worship, but it's called selfless worship. And he made sure that everybody was secure. I'm pretty sure if he was in that situation, somebody called him like an assist at that time. That was the person he was, right? We all listen to these stories about him, my dear friends. But don't let it go on in his affairs. Let it carry about in your life on this duty, my dear friends, so that you can live his legacy within yourself. The son, the putra, he will be remembered in that form, right? Always remember when someone dies, that is just not the end, but that is just a new beginning in that form. For this soul, my dear friends, have the opportunity to go to Bhagavan Krishna. It is us in this world have to live here to suffer amongst the other in this world. Where people do not like you, people hate you, people say all harsh things about you, right? In the age of Kali Yuga, Bhagavan Krishna says, people don't know what is love, you know. People will love to hate you and they will hate to love you. Nobody knows what is love. Everybody say they love, love. But when they understand what is love, what is love? Love is not saying love, but love is showing love, compassion in that way. And my dear friends, this was the individual that he was. He gave his life to make sure that all of you who are here today, my dear friends, are well and ready. But unfortunately, my dear friends, all of us, there's a saying, the painter, they paint everybody's house. When you go by his house, they paint, right? The doctor can help everybody, but sometimes you need that person to lean on to help. My dear friends, we are very fortunate and we're very gifted to know such a wonderful soul. All we can do at this time, my dear friends, is to pray for the soul to attain oneness with God and lend support to the home and the family in that time. Yes, he's no longer here, but he will always be cherished in your memory forever. Prem Sabro Shri Brindabad Mihari Lalaki Jai. Come around. So at this time, my friends, I will call upon the immediate family to come, offer flowers and conduct arati. And once that has been performed, my friends, I will give each and every one of you the opportunity to come offer flowers and pay your simple respect. Give one next month. Get it down. Very good. Good job. Let us have the mark. You have the study mala from Sarapati, right? MC please. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Alright, so my dear friends, at this time, we are pressing for time. So for those who wish to be the body and wish to offer flowers to the act of kindness, they may come and visit all please.
Flowers on the side here, right?
While everybody is offering their friends, right? Offering their flowers, they will have a bonus house being read by Uncle G.
Ravi. Ravi. Anybody want flowers?
This is a voice of thanks. Sricharan, everyone, on behalf of the family, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for coming out to celebrate the life of our beloved Dr. Reddy. First of all, to his parents and colleagues, thank you. Your love and prayers have supported us, his family, and tells us that his work and commitment was not in vain. You guys were an integral part of his life. To his dad and his other relatives who flew in, thank you for your support. Having you here was like having part of Sharon with us. To my extremely large family, thank you. Whilst I cannot name you all, I feel like I need to say thank you to mom, sisters, Jovan, Sabri, Uncle Ramesh, Dave. Having you surround Arab and I with love and support made this perfect experience bearable. Finally, on behalf of all of us present here, I want to say thank you to our beloved Sharon, our beloved Dr. Reddy, our beloved Sintu. Thank you for touching us all. You will be missed. Know that wherever you are, you will always be loved. Continue to keep us in your prayers. Thank you.
taking care of inside?
Finish. Passou na sana. E sabe que levou.
Excuse me, excuse me.
Rewatch it.
Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Excusez-moi, excusez-moi. Excusez-moi, excusez-moi. There's a lot of that water in it. There's a lot of put some water line.
अच्छा प्रिंसिपल श्री नीलकंठ बिहारी लाल के जय. Let us all stand, please. Let us all clasp our hands as we all close our eyes as we offer prayer and pray once more. As we have completed this final part, as we prepare now to go to the cremation site, which is in most luminescence, as we pray and ask God, thank you for giving us this opportunity to meet such a wonderful and great soul in this life. Until that time comes again, we shall meet again. We pray and we ask God, if we are fortunate to get mistakes here while performing this service, may you please give us the Lord, and may whatever we offer here today, we offer with love, faith, and devotion, and may you humbly accept it in that form. Come, go, go. Right? Let us pray now. Hari Om. Om Shri Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bando Cha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Prem Savalo Shri Ti Vrindavan Vihare Lal Ke Jai. Right. So we get some assistance now. And you have to. So we are getting some assistance to walk, right? Yeah, put up this side. Roll in, right? Yeah, yeah. We just tilt them now. Tilt them. One month is only, right? The next one. Around that. Right? Come this way. Nam Nam Satya Hai. Come here. Turn, face out. Face down easy. Come on. Just pull it. Come on, come here. Om Dikin Gotrasya. Shri Pranamsya. Shri Didi Poyam. Yardani. Right. Matches right hand. Thank you. Full hand, right? Om Shri Dikin Gotrasya. Shri Pranamsya. Shri Didi Poyam. Yardani. Islam. Om Prachaya Namaha. Behind here. Show behind, right? Those, right? Om Prachaya Namaha.
Over your head. Hat. Over your head. Yeah. Bounce it over your head.
Right? Om. Om Shri Udachaya Namaha. Right? That much. Om Shri Udachaya Namaha. You see that? Om Iti Adyam Gotrasya Amupretanamasya. Shri Nagunamasya, Shri Reddy Namasya, Shri Iti Namasya, Shri Iti Chatrave Kechard, Nimit Eshri Meradi, the Ubertashana. Om comes in. Om Shri Gotrasya, Nagunamasya, Shri Iti, Yamir Kushardam Sandrapam Yardadi, Tokisham. Right, bit? Are there? What do you want? Right. Rabi crossing your handle, right? And then look up, right? This football comes in. Right, wait, we have to get somebody on this side. Right, together. Pradam Nam Satya Hai. Let's give that a time walk.
Just go by Dorian. Just. Ready?
Seeds?
A little bit, right?
Huh?
A little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.